Welcome to Lowcountry Lowdown. I'm Lindsay Hausman. I serve as the Assistant Public Information Officer here at the Sheriff's Office, responsible for all things on our digital and social media platforms. Starting today and continuing each Wednesday, you'll be able to catch a new episode of Lowcountry Lowdown. Think of it as a digital newscast. It's our opportunity to keep you informed of important information as it relates to our agency, such as cases, safety tips, and more. Plus, we'll share information that impacts our community, you as a resident or visitors of Beaufort County. Happening this week, the 55th annual RBC Heritage. Each year, more than 100,000 spectators travel to Beaufort County to watch some great golf at Harbortown Golf Links on Hilton Head Island. With the influx in people, you can expect traffic congestion around the Coastal Discovery Museum at Honeyhorn on the north end of the island. That's where general spectator parking is. Shuttles will run from the Coastal Discovery Museum to Harbortown each day, starting at 6:30 in the morning until 9:30 at night. There is also designated parking for those with disabilities, as well as wheelchair accessible buses. And for those who are using rideshare services, the designated pickup and drop-off location is the shops at Sea Pines Center. That's during tournament hours. Of course, we encourage you to check the tournament website for policies, entry details, prohibited and permitted items, and so on. Also, we're asking everyone to make sure your vehicle doors are locked. And if there's anything of value in your vehicle, make sure it's placed out of sight. This week is National Animal Control Officer Appreciation Week. We would like to thank Beaufort County Animal Services, the animal service officers, as well as Hilton Head Humane for their commitment to keeping Beaufort County safe for people and pets alike. We're also recognizing National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. The men and women in our communications center work 24/7, 365 days a year, dispatching for all law enforcement agencies in the county, as well as Beaufort County EMS and multiple fire agencies. So far this year, our communications center has answered more than 31,000 calls for service. In 2022, nearly 310,000 calls for service. That's not including the nearly 500,000 calls that came in by radio. Emergency services dispatchers are the first voice someone in need hears when they call for help. On January 15th, Bluffton resident Donna Gorosky says she woke up to her husband having a heart attack and not breathing. In a panic, she says she called 911. Donna says it was the woman on the other line who helped her save her husband's life.
When I got my husband on the floor, he was gone. He was gone, Asia. And I just continued in prayer and I kept saying, I can do this. And it's amazing when you say those words that you can do something. And with your guidance and your help, I saved his life. The EMT, the paramedics, I wish I could say what I'm saying to you today, but it was a team. It was an entire team that came together, but you started it. And so often people, I think, complain so readily, but very seldom do they take the time to compliment and reward. And as hard as it is for me to be here today and driving here, I told Kimberly, I had to do this. I had to meet you. I wanted to meet you. And on behalf of my husband, he wanted to share the same words I am. He's recovering. He had to have triple bypass surgery. His kidneys were failing. He had a heart attack 10 years ago. He was at MUSC for a long time. I was at the hospital. And he wanted to be here. But you can only imagine, I mean, for both of us, we're still going through a lot and just healing. But it's a different healing from what I would have had if you weren't there, Asia. So I just want to say thank you all.
Asia Green was hired in June of 2020 as an emergency services dispatcher. A little more than a year later, she was promoted to Emergency Services Dispatcher 1. We thank Donna for taking the time to commend Asia and for sharing her story with us. A Bluffton man out on bond, wanted by investigators, is back behind bars. The Violent Crimes Task Force had been working to locate 34-year-old Leonard Brown on outstanding General Sessions bench warrants for crimes related to domestic violence, drugs, and weapons. He was found on Monday, April 10th, at a Bluffton area hotel. When investigators found Brown, he had a firearm and multiple illegal drugs on him. Brown was arrested on the outstanding bench warrants in addition to the new drugs and weapons charges. A tip leads to the arrest of 3 people, all wanted on outstanding warrants. That tip came on Thursday, April 6th. That's when we learned Kevin Fralix, Colin Fralix, and Dondi Newsom were at a home on Viewpoint Circle on St. Helena Island. Deputies followed up on the tip and confirmed the 3 were at that home. After setting up a perimeter and calling out for the 3 to surrender, Newsom was the first to comply. She was arrested for an outstanding warrant for assault and battery, 3rd degree. Colin Fralix followed, arrested on an arrest warrant for domestic violence, 2nd degree. Kevin Fralix, the last to be taken into custody. He was arrested on failure to appear warrants for 2 counts of grand larceny, burglary, 3rd degree, receiving stolen goods, habitual traffic offender, and a current arrest warrant for domestic violence, 2nd degree. Cross Gonzalez was arrested in the early morning hours on April 5th for grand larceny greater than $10,000 and 2 counts trespassing. This was after deputies found him driving a mini Bobcat on Broad River Boulevard at 3:20 in the morning. The Bobcat was stolen from Easy Rentals not far from where he was arrested. A pressure washer was also stolen and recovered. In October of last year, our agency partnered with Serve and Connect. It's a nonprofit providing 24/7 help to officers across the state who want to build positive relationships with their communities. One of Serve and Connect's programs is called Greg's Groceries. It supplies officers with a box of non-perishable food items. Officers then, at their discretion, can give them to community members who are in need of a helping hand. Between October and December of last year, members of our agency gave out 26 boxes. One person who received a box, a mother of 3, victim and survivor of domestic violence, who couldn't afford to pay bills or buy food. The box of Greg Groceries helped ease her situation, and she was very grateful to receive it. To learn more about Greg's Groceries and Serve and Connect, visit them online, serveandconnect.org. Each and every day, it seems that we are learning of a new scam. We recently warned you about scammers pretending to be members of our agency with a bogus story, all to get money from you. Here's ways you can avoid falling victim to a scam. Know that scammers pretend to be from an organization that you know. Most of the time, there's a problem or prize involved in their spiel. Scammers will pressure you to act immediately, and they will tell you to pay in a specific way. As always, if you feel like you've been a victim of a scam, please report it by calling our non-emergency dispatch line. That's 843-524-2777. And don't forget to be smart and stay safe. By leaving valuables inside your vehicle in plain sight, you make yourself an easy target for criminals. Always remove your valuables. If you can't, make sure they're not in plain view. Please always remove firearms from your vehicle. And don't forget to make sure you lock it before walking away. Interested in joining our team? We currently have several positions open. Visit our website, bcso.net, and click on Careers to learn more. And make sure to connect with us on all of our digital and social media platforms. It's a great way to stay engaged with us. And if you haven't already, download the Everbridge app. Many of you know it as Nixle. Now, this app allows you to subscribe to agencies in your area to receive alerts that may impact you. Have questions about our digital or social media platforms? Feel free to reach out via email, lindsay.hausman@bcgov.net. Hope you found this episode of Lowcountry Lowdown beneficial and informative. See you next week. Stay safe.